Hey, so I've got a nice easy lesson for you today. We're going to be learning how to tune our guitars using the Guitar Tuner app. It's a great app I recommend to all my students. Great for beginners, really easy to use. So you're going to need this downloaded. So you go to the App Store or Google Play Store if you're on Android. So it works on iPhone and Android. It works on tablets as well. So I've got it downloaded here and I'm just going to click open and you'll see Guitar Tuner comes up there. Now you'll see on the bottom here we've got songs, tools, tune, learn and settings. We want tune in the middle. You may well also be greeted with a upgrade to pro features. You don't need it if you're a beginner. Now, as you'll see, there's a diagram there of the acoustic guitar, same as what I've got here, but it also works for electric guitar as well. It doesn't really matter if you're doing electric or acoustic, it's the same thing. So we're going to start off because we're tuning in standard tuning, which is 99%. Anyone watching this video will probably want to be tuned up to standard. Now, what we need to do is start by selecting the string we want to tune. So we're going to start with this low E string. It's the one here at the top. So run my finger across that, make sure that string's attached to that tuner. It's this one here, and then we select the string. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this out of tune. I'm going to just turn the tuner, and you'll hear that's really low, and you can tell that he's tightening up. Now, it's actually telling me on the screen there, tune up. Okay, it was. There we go. So tune up. So that means we need to tighten the string, and you'll see the numbers starting to change, and eventually the dial will start to move. There we go. And one thing to notice, I'm turning very slowly the tuner head, and also I'm constantly plucking the string as well. Make sure you constantly pluck. Okay, and then we turn until we get it in the middle and we get the green tick. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the A string. So again, that's this second one down, so it's the middle one. Make sure you are turning the right one, and you are turning it for the right string. When I've had students in the studio and trying to teach them how to tune, it's very common for people to turn the wrong tuning head while they're plucking the wrong string. So always double check, especially if you're a beginner, check you're plucking the right string, okay? So we're gonna go for this one here, A, okay? So I'm gonna put that out of tune. Here we go, so I'll select the A, here we go. So it's saying tune up, that means we need to tighten. So again, I'm constantly plucking and turning until the dial moves. There we go, starting to move, and we get it in the center, and we get the green tick. Now, let's move on to the D string. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to tighten this one up. Now, sometimes in the winter or if it's cold, what happens is the tuners actually go up in pitch, okay, and you need to loosen them. So, what we're going to do, we've got this D string, I'm going to select the D, okay, and as you'll see, it says tune down because it's too high. So what I need to do, I need to constantly pluck, tune down, so that means loosen it, lower it in pitch. So we're lowering, 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 till the dial gets in the middle. And that's our D string in tune. Let's do G. Let's do the same thing with this one. Again, if that was too high, we'll select the G. And it's saying tune down, so let's loosen. Until we get in the middle. Okay, next one is B. Let's put this one like really, really out of tune. So if you've got a brand new guitar, this is sometimes how they'll come, like really badly out of tune. So let's try that. So select the string. So it's saying tune up. So again, just gonna tighten that up. As you'll see, it's taking a bit longer. There we go. Constantly plucking it, and we've got the green tick. There we go. And then E. Let's select E on the bottom. E's already in tune, so we'll just leave that when it is. Now, one thing to note, once you get to this point, it's worth going around and quickly checking again, because sometimes they go out of tune. After your first tune, you need to tune up a couple of times quickly to double check. And there's B. As you'll see, they're slightly going a little bit out of tune. There we go, all green ticks. Now, one thing to bear in mind, if you've got a brand new guitar, if you just bought it, your guitar will be really out of tune, and you may need to repeat this process sometimes 4, 5, even 6 times before it will stay in tune. So once you get to this point, you just start again from the thickest one, go through to the bottom, repeat the process again. Once they are constantly staying in tune and you can check them and they're not moving, that's good to go. Now, occasionally, like I said, you might need to do it a few times, especially if you've got a new guitar. But if it's been tuned up once or twice, you should only need to do it once or twice like I've just done there, and you should be good to go. Once it's in tune, it's always recommended just to maybe play a chord if you know a chord, just to check, to make sure it sounds okay. If it doesn't sound great, then it probably needs doing again. Anyway, I hope that's helped. If it has, please do give me a like and a subscribe. There'll be another tutorial up here if you want to click through to that one, follow that through, and I'll see you again in the next one.